Hallo, ek is Edie. Welkom by my kanaal waar ons als saam doen. Afrikaans het baie interessante en snaakse sêgoed. Hier is 12 woorde vir julle vermaak. The first word, bogsnuiter. Very directly translated, this means nonsense child. It is usually used when a very young child joins adult company or sits in adult company and is very opinionated on adult topics that's being talked about and joins the conversation and talks in a way like he or she is an adult. And then the people would say, hy is 'n regte bogsnuiter. And it just means that child should not be in that adult company at all. Petroljoggie. Directly translated, petrol caddy. That's just a petrol pump attendant. Now here in South Africa, we have attendants at the gas stations, which we call petrol stations. And these attendants pump the gas for you. We don't really have self-help gas pumps where you drive up and get out, pump your own gas. There might be one or two somewhere, but as a rule, we have gas station attendants or petrol station attendants. And so when you drive up, you park your car, they come to you, they ask you, should I clean your window? Should I check the oil, water, the tire pressure? And you can opt in or out for any of those extra services. But in essence, you tell them, I want 500 Rand of petrol or diesel, depending on what vehicle you drive, and they will fill up the tank, and then they'll bring the card machine and you pay, and then you go. You never get out of your car. Except if you want to go into the shop or something like that. Otherwise, you just drive in and then you drive out. And that's petroljoggie. Skedonk. That's such a nice word. Skedonk. So that's an old, broken down car. And in a country like South Africa, being the third world, you see a lot of skedonks. Skedonke would be the correct plural. You see a lot of skedonke on the road, and they are usually vehicles that are not roadworthy anymore. So skedonk. Also, skedonk does not have a translation or a direct translation because it is a absolutely 100% unique Afrikaans word. So there is no translation. Skedonk is just an Afrikaans word. Katelknaap. Directly translated to bed guy. This is a young man that has a relationship with a much older lady. And this is often a situation where the lady is the sugar mama. Not always, but it's generally just used if you see a very young man with a much, much, much older woman that he's dating. And you'll say, oh, daai is 'n katelknaap. And we often use the diminutive form, which is katelknaapie. Okay, slingersous. Directly translated to sway sauce or swaying sauce. And that's alcohol, if you were wondering. And it's exactly what it says. It's a sauce that makes you sway. Slinger sauce. It's a word used, but I'm not sure whether it's actually officially in the dictionary. I don't think it's in the dictionary, but it is a colloquial term and it's used by amongst Afrikaans speaking people. Jeugdig. This one is also pretty obvious. It's youth dough and it refers to makeup. Also not in the dictionary, also just used colloquially amongst Afrikaans speaking people. Jeugdig. Porseleinskoeter. Porseleinskoeter. A toilet. This one is very well known. Not in the dictionary, but still very well known. Porseleinskoeter. Kattekwaad. Closest direct translation I could get to was cat's anger. And this is mischief. This is when somebody's up to mischief. This is an official Afrikaans word found in the dictionary. We use it often. It's It's often used to refer to children that are doing something they shouldn't be doing, not something that's felonious, but you know, like knocking on doors and running away, things like that. Then you say, hulle is alweer besig met kattekwaad. Papbroek. My direct translation, deflated pants, or flat pants. I tried to get as close as possible. The literal word of pap is flat, and then broek is pants. But I thought deflated pants would make more sense, and that just means a coward. There's another one that's bongbroek, which also technically means a coward. So they're definitely synonyms. So you've got papbroek, if you pronounce it quickly, and then bangbroek. Papbroek, hy's 'n regte papbroek. Knormoer. Groundnut. That's the direct translation. Groundnut. That's a car starter. That's just, and that's a legitimate word in Afrikaans. A legitimate word in Afrikaans. Knormoer. Yeah. Oh, this is a lovely one. Woefkardoes. Woefkardoes. And that is a dog paper bag, literal translation. And that's just a doggy bag. Another one that they also use is brakkie sakkie, which is also like, well, doggy bag, literally. So you have woefkardoes. Brakkie sakkie is sometimes spelled 2 words, but woefkardoes is 1 word. So it's just a nice fun word for doggy bag. Vloermoer, directly translated as floor beating or beating the floor, and it just means a tantrum. The word moer means nuts and bolts. That's the one explanation. But then it can also mean beating someone or to beat someone, and it is not a polite word. So moer is not a polite word in that sense. But the word vloermoer is very common in Afrikaans. You go to the shop and you see a child on the floor throwing a wild tantrum, and you look at him and go, "Oh, hy gooi alweer 'n vloermoer," which means he's throwing a tantrum. Hoop julle het so 'n bietjie gelag. Sien julle in die volgende video. Totsiens!